The trial of Chad Daybell continues on with more and more interesting pieces of evidence coming out in the last week. One of the most interesting, I think, is something we had not heard before. Some jailhouse phone calls, which are always exciting to listen to. And we'll take a listen to some of those. Bob Motta, defense attorney, host of the podcast Defense Diaries, joining us. Before we get to the phone calls, another week into this, any new reactions? Any thoughts on where this is all going?
I mean, it's going to a guilty verdict.
Yep.
Of Chad Daybell.
That's pretty much
where
it.
it's going. Yeah, I mean, they've really, the state's done a really nice job in that case, and in a tough case to try, because again, it's another wholly circumstantial case. But they've like there, as opposed to what we've seen in the Karen Reed case, they've woven a very compelling tale. That Chad knew. Chad was well aware that the kids had vanished in a nefarious type of way. They've put together a strong case that Chad had a hand in his wife's death, that, she was in the best condition of her life, probably, that there was nothing that would have caused her death other than somebody taking it from her. Just the testimony about him just being so adamant about not having an autopsy was so powerful.
Yeah.
It's like with just people saying, well, what about, the kids? Like, if she died of some kind of genetic issue, don't you want the kids to know? Like, why wouldn't you want an autopsy done? And it's just like, they've just been able to put together a very cohesive case against him that the jury's going to come to the realization that he knew. He knew of it.
And yeah. I am surprised by how much of seemingly the ringleader he was of some of this, and just how dumb and how much of a sheep Lori was to him. Now, I think Lori obviously had a big part in this, but it's kind of shocking what he would just kind of make up and she would just go along with. We're going to take a listen to a jailhouse phone call, and the context of this is they're talking about Alex Cox. They're using a different name for him in these phone calls, another name that he had gone by in the past, but they're making like secret references, thinking that they won't be figured out on the jailhouse phone call, and they're talking about projects. So it's almost if it's an HGTV show. Projects meaning murders, and literally this is Chad and Lori, and Chad's telling Lori that he can text Alex Cox from the grave. Let's take a look.
So I texted Ray. He responded pretty quick.
Oh, that's good. Usually it's hard to get a hold of him. He's busy these days.
Yes. I asked him what we'd talked about. He's very optimistic.
It was very optimistic for you, or he's very optimistic it could happen?
He's very optimistic for both of us.
He doesn't know his own project timeline.
He said stick with it. What he projected in that paper he wrote.
So he's optimistic about his construction problems, not problems, but plan.
Yeah.
His construction plan, the blueprints are still intact.
Yes.
Their timing.
And I kind of just said, I texted him what you just said, is you guys are always a little off.
Right, exactly. We just want a real estimate.
Right.
What do you say?
He just laughed.
He did not confirm nor deny that fact, that contractors are always later than they think they're going to be.
He's like, it'll work out, how he is. He did want me to say he misses you, but he's not far from, contact. We can talk. We can text him whenever he wants.
Yeah, I can't text anybody. Have text. You text for me. That's like me telling you, I need you to tell this person and talk to this person.
Texting the dead. And Lori's all about it. This is legit. There's another one where he tells her, write a letter. I'm sure he'll write back. It's like telling your kids to write to Santa Claus. And I'm sure Chad would write back. Like, this is Alex Cox from the dead. I mean, my God.
He's done.
Yeah.
Like anybody who's not putting that together in terms of what they're talking about, like clearly, everything that they've done in terms of putting the evidence out there and again, with Chad, it's knowledge.
Mhm.
Like that's what they have to show. They have to show that he knew, and it's like it's not a matter of even what he exactly knew. It's just that he knew all of it.
Mhm.
That like this wasn't just Lori alone, and that he's just this unassuming oaf walking around with this giant head, not knowing what the hell's going on. Like he knew he knew it. They were making the plans together. Yes, I still think that Lori was running it, but like he was well aware of the plans and he was on board. And that makes him just as guilty as Lori is. And
Was
he's going to
Lori
end up
running it up until she went to jail, you think? And then Chad kind of took over with his insanity of, I'm texting your dead brother, and
No,
no?
Lori's still running it. Like the fact that that phone call exists
Mhm.
proves that Lori's still running it.
Yeah.
She's asking him flat out, is shit getting done that needs to get done there,
Mhm.
Chado? Did Alex take care of what he needed to take care of? It's like she's very much running shit. He's the one answering the questions.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like he's not the one making the call, knowing that
True.
it's recorded. It's her trying to get some assurances. She knows what needs to be done in terms of covering tracks, and she's trying to figure out if it was done, so
Mhm.
she's like she's running the game, man. Like he was a willing participant,
Yeah.
that's the bottom line.
Hey, thanks for checking out the video. Be sure to follow us wherever you download podcasts, and especially Apple Podcasts, where you can get advanced episode and premium content on our premium channel right there. Also, be sure to follow us on social media so you don't miss any breaking updates on the stories that matter to you most. We're on TikTok, X, Instagram, Facebook. Just search Hidden Killers Podcast with Tony Brueski, and you'll find us right there. Again, thanks for watching.